Oh, come on, coffee. 2:38 in the morning. I must be desperate. I always leave my plans, where I'm gonna park, what my prospective route is, more or less where we're gonna camp, right on the wall by the phone here. Just in case things go wrong or something happens to Meg. Getting the pre-show sprawl going here. Oh, you look like a winter camper. Doing it with the cold hands. All right, we found our first portage now. Got to cut through the woods. Should be fun. Heard there's a lot of ups and downs on this. But made some Russian tea, which Hickory reminds me of your mom for some reason. My mama never made it, but stopping to have a little hot drink out of the thermos. Woo, buddy, that's good. All right, we got this right here, which we'd rather saw than try to get around with these pulks. The rabbits have broken trail for us, and it looks like we're getting ready to come out into Caribou Lake very shortly here. I really love this up here because I love being in the woods and then on the lake.
See a little of everything.
A little bit of everything. No wind in the woods though. That's real nice. Okay, back into some drifts and whoa, that's deep. Bye, Joner. 5 degrees out here. Little light wind hit me right on the right cheek. So quiet out here, other than me and Jonah. Woo, buddy. BWCA. Camp on Caribou. First time I've seen that, Jonah.
Gotta vacuum the snow, baby. Need those nice triangles.
Oh, hard worker and fashionable.
Yeah. Fashion first, function second.
He does all the work. I just film it. I got a face full of snow.
That's why how he avoids doing work.
A lifetime of that. Oh yeah. Tonight having cooked up some Italian sausage, peppers, onions, got garlic bread, pasta, mixed it all together with the penne noodles, fresh Parmigiano cheese on top. Woo, buddy! Yee! Minus 11.7 degrees Fahrenheit. Colder than I expected. That's cool though. Good times.
Well, good morning to you on this fine morning. Minus 12 degrees right now, and the low was minus 24 last night, and we did not see that coming. I thought maybe it would be minus 2 at the most. So once again, I studied the weather reports. I assumed some things, but minus 24? Are you kidding me? It was minus 24 was the low. Minus 24.7. And there you go. Getting my Medaglia d'Oro instant espresso on. I'm very excited. I've got myself a bacon sandwich with Duke's mayonnaise and Ploxman's mustard on a brioche bun. It's a little firm. I have to temper that out a little bit. First thing I want to do is give a shout out to this Jacks Are Better High Sierra Sniffler 0 degree top quilt, which actually kept me very warm in minus 24. I have my down jacket over the foot box of my top quilt with a big pair of wool socks, and my feet did get a little chilly. Yeah, they were just a little cold. They're kind of cold when I went to sleep, and I'm not sure that they ever really warmed up all the way. Sometimes you just gotta live with that with winter camping. But when I got in, I was going, yeah, I feel they don't feel as warm as they usually do. My hand is getting cold holding this camera, so ta-ta for now. Got myself a pretty boil going there. Sitting on my little Schwarzweine table, Schwarzweine, which means black bee. Got myself some Pop Tarts here as well. And that peanut butter. They don't make those no more, that ain't no count. They're either gonna be your blueberry or your lemon. I ain't sure yet. You can never tell by the package. That's my mucklucks. And this blue stuff right here, that's my Superior Gear hammock. Did great. I was not cold underneath at all. My 230 degree underquilts and Danny's stuff. Really good. That's supposed to get you to minus 10, 230s, but I felt no cold at minus 24. Except for my feet, but I ain't blaming it on this. I'm blaming it on my feet and me. Set that on the Fancy Feast for a second to temper it out even more. Good. Bacon, brioche bun. Lemon Pop-Tart. Medaglia d'Oro Instant Espresso. I can see myself in it. Hello.
My underquilt protector and prevent airflow from going in and out. It would just warm that hole up eventually.
To a degree, I think, but at these temperatures, who knows? Jonah and I are having a little discussion, hollering back from tarp to tarp, and he's just over there off my foot end down that way, and you're trying to hear a guy hollering through the snow and all the down and stuff on your head. It's like, what? You know, a lot of people have asked me why I don't bring a hot tent out here and a canvas tent, and why don't I just sleep on the ground with a bunch of pads, and why I'm in a hammock in these winter temperatures. And the point for me is to do it in a hammock. I like sleeping in a hammock. I am more comfortable in a hammock. I like to see if I can get through the night, you know, in cold temperatures, and surprise cold like last night, because we were not expecting minus 24. Be prepared, but you know, now I know that the 0 degree top quilt from Jax or Better, this High Sierra Sniveler, that you can wear as a sarape if you want, did the job real well. And I think what I'm trying to say to myself is just go with your own style, do what you want. There's still people that winter camp with their 3-season tent and probably a sleeping pad that's not quite cutting it, with another foam core pad underneath them, and enjoy themselves immensely. That wasn't quite as warm as it was a while ago.
For later, having a little Häagen-Dazs deep, well, they don't call it deep chocolate anymore, they just call it chocolate peanut butter. It used to be called deep chocolate peanut butter. This is a tightly knitted fleece top. It says Sector 7, it says Shug, and a few people asked me about it. It was sent to me by an artillery squad, and they are stationed in Korea a couple of years ago, and they said they watch my videos over there. It just reminds them of home. I don't know who their neighbors are. It's really, really warm. It's warmer than it looks. I've been wearing it a lot this year instead of the woolly. So now we're going to string a tarp up down by the fire pit, because it's kind of out in the open, and we're getting some wind, and we need to rig up a little bit of a wind block. So that's our next little project. There's tons of projects when you're winter camping. Tons of them! We took Jonah's first tarp that he made right there and set it up as a wind block, because the wind is coming from down that way, basically. It kind of comes this way sometimes, but right now it's coming that way, and it's made a huge difference. You may have noticed that I am the lobster man. Cookla, Fran, and Ollie. Got the Steger mitts finally. Got myself a lanyard so I can take them off, let them dangle, not lose them. Throw them behind my back. Give them a twist. Then they're out of my way. And I just got my little liner gloves. And I'm going to tell you what, these things are a whole new level of warmth. Jonah got himself a pair too. And we're both out here going, man, it's got this little piece of lamb's wool on the back, which they say is a sweat wiper, but it's actually for getting that dangler comes out of your nostril, and it doesn't affect your face as much. But the cool thing is, inside the liner, 2 layers of 300 fleece wrapped in this moose skin mitt, and when you put them together, I gotta tell you, I've been using them down at the lake skating because we've had some sub-zero weather. It is a whole new level of hand warmth. Yes, and I meant to say warmth. They are warmer than gloves. We got Jonah's specialty, the chili mac. He has just been working diligently. I backed up out of his way. In go the noodles. On top of the pork and ground beef, carrots, onions, beans, mushrooms, spice.
Lots of spice.
Now he's working the Cracker Barrel soft cheese pack, which is not really that soft right now, is it?
No. White cheddar. White cheddar today. It's got to be Cracker Barrel too.
It has to be, yep. Look at that blob of cheese. Goodness.
Do you think there's enough?
No. That's enough for me.
Okay. I'll make a dehydrated meal.
About 10 o'clock, crawling in. And we were just kind of sitting down by the fire pit having our little final moment and heard a yip. And shined our lights out into the lake on our pulk track coming in. And there was this huge fox. One of the biggest foxes I've ever seen. We didn't really know what it was at first. We just saw eyes and a body. Back there a little bit, just kind of stopped and just staring at us, and we're staring at him in the dark. And Jonah kind of yelled like you'd yell at a dog, and then he turned around and took about 3 steps and then turned around and stared at us and then cut across and followed into where we gathered some wood. But it was the biggest fox I ever saw. It was kind of cool. Kalinikta. Oye suminasai. Bitnikstoren. Good night. Minus 5.3 degree. So much balmier than yesterday. And the country ham and bacon sandwich on a brioche bun. I slept so much warmer last night. Foot-wise, perfectly. Oh, it was great. Yeah, the Menunky bar. Thank you, Milan. This is from the holiday stash. Oh, yes. And what I love about the Menunky. Czechoslovakian candy. Each little piece is individual. Kind of like a Kit Kat. But more delicate. If you can even wrap your head around that. Jacks are better. Well represented here. There's my High Sierra Sniveler, and that is your Greylock 3? Or is that the Hudson River?
Double-decker Hudson River.
What do you mean by that?
It's 2 of them stacked inside each other.
2 Hudson Rivers?
Yeah.
2 Hudson Rivers. Oh yeah, Jonah made himself a layered top quilt system with 2 20-degree quilts, so that's that. And we're just knocking off a little bit of frost, taking advantage of this crazy sun.
My breakfast is cold now.
Eating is cold, biscuits and gravy. There's nothing sadder.
5 spoons left and you're like, not hungry.
I'm going to say this. We've been having this discussion. I've had to have it on camera. I love black licorice and have some with me. A lot of people, including my wife, like what they call red licorice. Red licorice is not licorice because it does not have anise in it. It is red string candy. Google it. God, don't get me started on that again.
Angry.
Oh, you didn't get me started. I brought that up myself, didn't I? There's our neighborhood fox. It is so bright out here. We're going to do a little reconnoiter up this way to look for a place to get some good firewood. The firewood we've had, other than the cedar, that fire yesterday took more work. We're burning some poplar, but it's just a fire you got to like pay attention to it the whole time. You got to be fanning it, blowing on it, messing with it. It's just a pain. So the cedar burned the best. And there is more where we were harvesting yesterday. It's a little work to get to it, but we're going to go look up this way right here. So nice that we got all day. Well, we harvested some old dead balsam here. I think it's balsam. Take it back down our wood highway. As we continue the wood gathering mission, it is warmed up to 14.2 degrees. Oh my lofty warmth. There we go. There we go. Woo! I'm a woodsman. Oh my goodness. Have we hillbillied this place up or what? Boy, with the snow, if you holler a little bit, it just blur. Got ourselves a boil. And then we're fixing to start ourselves a fire. Hi, we're making a little pizza down here, or should I say, I'm making a little pizza because it's my meal. And the first one, I kind of burned the bottom, but I was talking to Miyagi on the trail at the Wisconsin Hang, and he said he made flatbread, so I made some, and it froze up, and I brought it out here. And right now I'm just trying to put some butter and oil in there, get it softened up, and put the pizza sauce on it. That'll do. Yeah, fine. Right there. Now get these onions, the pineapple, and the jalapeno just a little warmed up there. Doing the campfire acrobatics here. Let's start bringing that up on top. What I'm reckoning. That's what I'm gonna do. All that up there. Rotate that thing. Dirty fingers and all. Get some good frozen mozzarella cheese on there. Okay. Put that lid on for a second. Pour a little touch of water in there. Start steaming it. That's the trick. Rotate it again. Hit it with a little fresh garlic I chopped at home. Put that on there. Hot, 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 hot. Hot. And all that on there. Woo. Hit it with a little oregano. In. Hotter now. I want to make it soggy.
Oh, look at that this morning, 18.5. It's a tropical heat wave. We're having a heat wave. Oh, it feels ever so warm. Woke up a little early. The first light. Get my Medaglia d'Oro instant espresso going. Got myself a country ham biscuit on a brioche bun. So life is pretty wonderful. Have a little leisurely coffee and get up and start breaking down camp. Get back out to the world. Back to the world. I'm excited to see Meg. I'm excited to see Bean. See how Bean and Meg did without me. But I don't want to go back to the world. Well, the wind definitely picked up all night, but I'm pitched with the wind coming this way, so I'm really blocked from the back, so it didn't affect me much other than one little bit of my tarp going. So I'm putting on my second brew right now. I'm gonna have 2 Medaglia d'Oro instant espressos this morning. And then I'm looking forward to getting up and flossing because I got some country ham stuck in my teeth. So it's probably basically 11 to 15 degrees most of the night. Felt easy. Kind of got what I wanted out of this trip. It's always kind of a quest just to see how far you can push the limits of your hammocks and your tarps and all that in winter. And you know, just so you know, I always scout out the area and find a place where some trees are down, or you know, I could dig in, and me and Jonah and make kind of a little snow cave shelter and use our tarps. I mean, if things went really, really bad. But when you come out winter camping, you know, got my InReach Explorer. I can send an SOS. That thing has a great battery. I have my battery charger to keep things topped off. I've got all my warm gear, saws. I've got my Grans 4 Brooks splitting axe. Jonah has his hatchet. We've got saws. I've got fire starter kits. I've got some know-how, which I could always improve on. And I got away from the world for a few days. Really felt the need to do that. Jonah and I have bonded and had fun. Really enjoy his company. He's an upbeat guy. We got to sit out there and have some heart-to-heart talks that, you know, maybe you wouldn't have back in the regular society or in the world. Sometimes you don't have time to sit down and really just talk about some things. When you're out in the woods, often a different discussion comes up. I was going to say sometimes it's just quiet, but not between me and Jonah. Between the two of us, we're talking the whole time. But in that blabbery, there is quiet and silence. So that's my report. We're going to clean up and tear down. All secure in Sector 7. Woo, buddy!
You sweet little guy. What are you doing? Hey, Bean Bum. Bean Bum! Give us a big smile there. Yeah, attaboy. That's my guy. That's my guy. Yeah. Hello, handsome fella.
That's the Bean, my daughter's dog, that I'm watching for 4 months. And Meg a little bit too. Bean Bum!